Joining us now to review some of the headlines of today's newspapers from around the world is Arise News analyst Emmanuel Ifeni. Good morning, Emmanuel.
Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Rufai. Good morning, Victoria, Tundu, MQ, Abiola.
Good morning.
Yes, this is a different kind of hairdo. Yes, but it's looking good on you.
Thank you.
Yes. Now, let's start the review with this day, Nigeria's newspaper of record. The lead story, like Tinubu, APC's vice presidential placeholder Masari declares certificate missing. It's a non-issue, says Uzodinma. Action Alliance asks court to restrain INEC from listing ruling party Tinubu for 2023 presidential poll. Yes, in a strange coincidence. That's how this puts it. Could Tinubu have known that this man also did not have certificate before picking him as placeholder? But this is strange because I don't know what they're telling the young ones who are trying to go through education. That you can get to the pinnacle of leadership and just tell the rest of us, I don't know where my certificates are. I cannot find them. But Action Alliance, as the New Telegraph is reporting, New Telegraph newspaper, 2023 presidential poll, Action Alliance cites forgery allegations, moves to halt Tinubu APC's ambition, wants court to stop INEC from listing ruling party standard bearer. Another court refuses suit to stop Tinubu Atiku's participation. Orders plaintiff to put defendants on notice. Fixes July 14 for hearing. Ex-Lagos governor certificate controversy unnecessary. Uzodinma, hope Uzodinma. Ruben, you were not kind to Imo people. That's their governor. You don't have to pity them. That's their governor. Perhaps you want to say imposed, but it's their governor. And it's the one ruling that state. And I'm sure they are making do with what he can offer. But according to this story, the plaintiff predicated its request on the claim that APC and Tinubu are not qualified to participate in the election on alleged forgery committed by the latter in 1999. Yes, you know, if you go back in time, there was Toronto and there was Chicago. Mm-hmm. Toronto went down. Yeah. That's then Salisu Buhari, Speaker of the then House of Representatives, and he went down. He had to go. Then there was Chicago. There was panic in the Lagos government house, but somehow they found a solution. How? Yes, they took the matter to the House of Assembly, where the Alliance for Democracy controlled, and they gave Tinubu a clean bill of health, expectedly. But why is that relevant now? Because at that time, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in the form he filled for the electoral, for INEC, mentioned a particular school, primary, secondary, then Chicago, and Chicago. So, what has changed? I want to differ with Ruben. INEC, for Uzodinma calling on INEC, yes, it's mention of server. Perhaps that's where he got it wrong, because up till recently, with the Electoral Act 2022, INEC had no server officially. We heard that over and over again in the electoral tribunals. But INEC should have records. We are not talking of FEDECO, of Ovio Whiskey. We are not talking of NEC, the National Electoral Commission. We are talking of INEC that has been in charge since 1999. They should have records somewhere of what transpired in 1999.
Go too far.
Yes.
INEC does not have candidates to fill forms.
No, but the ones they have filled.
No, just a moment.
They should bring it out.
No. What is in reference is a form filled and submitted by the presidential candidate of the APC and his running mate.
Yes.
Whether we call him a placeholder or not.
He's a running mate for now.
Yeah, so the forms are there. EC from 09, 08, 01. It's your responsibility to submit the forms.
Yes.
Right? And it is expected that the party will have double-checked those forms before putting them across. Now, the people who are now raising questions, it is also within their right to say what is going on. It's not to say, oh, it's INEC that should feel
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Data.
No, the case that has gone to court now by Action Alliance, they are referencing 1999. What was filed in 1999?
No, they are using that to build their case. It's not to say, oh, if you feel you want to be a candidate, INEC should fill the form for you because they have it in their server.
But they should have it in their custody. Whether you filled it in 1999 or you are filling today.
We're dealing with 2023 elections.
Okay. Well, let's just leave this and move on to other issues.
Even when people do a busybody intervention, they should do it in a very logical manner, you know.
Well, let's move on. Now, the Nation newspaper, our APC governors edged us out by aggrieved senators. Yes, the senators who are aggrieved, they saw the president yesterday. And of course, Daily Sun also reporting that story, Buhari panics over looming mass defection from APC, begs 22 senators not to dump party. As Kalu leads aggrieved lawmakers to meet the president. Yes, those senators haven't been denied the opportunity. Did they lose that election? The primaries, if they lost, then they should accept their fate. But if they were twisted by governors who want to have address at the National Assembly after May 29, 2023, then that is where the problem is. How can the president placate these senators who are threatening to move out of the APC? And before long, perhaps, APC will not have the majority in the National Assembly. But the president is intervening. Perhaps his intervention is coming a bit late, but he's making effort. Now, the Guardian newspaper, Nigeria risk financial blockade, frosty relations with funders. World Bank calls for sovereign debt changes ahead of looming recession. Cold attitude to reforms harming domestic investment outlook. Experts say challenge Western countries but with better policy options. Nigeria's Eurobond rises by 100% in 6 months. Yes, the Guardian is reporting that Nigeria is gradually inching towards financial blockade at the international financial markets as its working relationship with international development and funding partners, including the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, yes, the Bretton Woods institutions, deteriorates to the worst level in recent years. Now, well, the Business Day newspaper is talking about the Nigeria's Eurobond. Big story, it calls it Nigeria Eurobonds near junk, shut out of debt market. Now, the Times of London, the foreign newspaper, quickly, watchdog puts Met in special measures. Yes, Scotland Yard criticized for scandal and failures. Yes, we remember the scandal last year of Sarah Everard, who was raped, killed by a serving officer. But now the watchdog. Yes.
We just have to thank you very much, for this newspaper review. We seem to have run out of time for this segment.